Do you have problems? Most guys are overwhelmed by them. They whine and complain about their problems like little children. Pathetic. You can tell the size of a man by the size of the problem that brings him down. If you can't deal with small issues, you're a very small man. Life is problems. Living is solving problems. Sometimes all it takes to overcome those obstacles are a few masculine habits. But before I tell you what those habits are, you need to understand something very important. Even if you solve all your current problems, new ones will come your way. That's a fact of life, so you better be ready for it. Let's explore 5 masculine habits that will help solve your problems. 1. Rule your mind. You have 2 choices: control your mind or let your mind control you. Most guys bring problems upon themselves. Their problems are self-inflicted because they are their own worst enemy. The reason is simple. They don't rule their mind. If you don't control your mind, it will rule you. It will lead you toward problems, bad habits, and destructive activities. No control over your mind means no control over your desires. Worst of all, you won't even blame yourself. Think about it. When was the last time you heard a broke man admit it's his fault he's broke? Or an obese man acknowledge that he overeats? It almost never happens. They'll blame everyone around them before they ever blame themselves. Pathetic. As a man, you must remember, you control your thoughts and actions. You can change because your reality is based on the way you think. I know this doesn't sound fancy or like a cheap trick, but controlling your mind comes before everything else. All self-improvement is meaningless if you are a slave to your own mind. Remember this. The mind is truly powerful. Anything powerful has the capability to create amazing things or be highly destructive. You are gifted with power, and if you don't control it, your life will end up in shambles, like most people around you. Now let me tell you how to tame this beast called your mind. You have to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is a mental state achieved by focusing your awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting your feelings and thoughts. This might not sound glamorous, but it's extremely important. There are different ways to practice mindfulness. Take a walk in nature without your phone, simply being in the present moment. Journal your thoughts on paper. Observe your breathing for a few minutes a day, focusing entirely on it. There are many ways to practice mindfulness and take control of your mind. The key is to find what works for you. However, those glued to their phones may struggle to comprehend this. So let me say it again. Rule your mind, or it will rule you. 2. Make money. Making money is a masculine trait. While money doesn't solve all problems, it solves all money problems. Like it or hate it, the world is run by money, and a broke man is a powerless man. As a man, making money is one of your duties as a provider. Unfortunately, some people have already given up on themselves and cope with excuses. They'll say things like, money is the root of all evil, or, money doesn't make you happy. When you hear someone say this, know they're coping. It's an excuse to justify why they're broke or mediocre. Facing reality would hurt them too much. Pathetic. Every man should master the art of making money. It's never too late to start learning. However, if you continue to cope, you won't learn anything. Videos on how to make money will be created in the future, so make sure you subscribe. 3. Exercise daily. Most problems we face can be solved by simply moving our bodies. It may sound strange, but it's true. Many of our problems aren't as big as they seem. Sometimes we take things too personally or make them bigger than they are. Even if you have a serious problem, you might be stuck overthinking it. You need to move. Exercise brings a mental clarity that's unmatched. After exercising, you'll notice that many problems will disappear because they weren't as significant as you thought. For the problems that remain because they are genuinely serious, you'll have the mental clarity to figure out a solution. Your problem-solving ability is sharper after you've exercised. Here's what people fail to understand. The mind and body are directly linked. You can't control one without the other. Humans aren't meant to sit still all day. We need to get our blood flowing, release endorphins, and deliver oxygen throughout the body. If you don't move, you'll experience brain fog, which clouds your ability to think critically. So, move. It doesn't have to involve the gym. It could be as simple as doing 20 burpees in a park or taking a brisk walk. 4. Eat natural foods. Stop eating garbage. You're not a little kid or someone having hormonal mood swings. As a man, you should eat with intention. What I'm about to say is underrated. The food you eat directly affects your future. If you consume junk food, your mind and body will be busy processing that garbage instead of being sharp enough to solve problems and achieve great things. Even if you avoid snacks but eat too much, your body will need time to process all that food, taking away from your mental clarity. This is why I say hunger is a superpower. You're sharper and more productive when you work while fasting. When you do break your fast, do it with great natural foods. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying you can never eat snacks. Eating healthy is about balance, but balance with nutrition isn't 50-50. It's more like 80-20. At least 80% of your diet should consist of natural foods meant to fuel your body and mind. The remaining 20% can be foods you like, but know aren't good for you. Notice I said you decide to eat those unhealthy foods. This means you're not led by bad habits but consciously choose to indulge, knowing it's not ideal nutrition. When you start fasting and eating only healthy natural foods, your desire for snacks will diminish because fasting makes you appreciate the taste of real food instead of junk. 5. 1. Problem at a time. Once you've taken control of your mind, stopped being your own worst enemy, and exercised for mental clarity, focus on solving one problem at a time. Choose a single task for the day, whether it's related to making money, learning something new, or losing weight. Start with one. Most people become overwhelmed by trying to tackle everything at once, which leads to procrastination. They bite off more than they can chew and end up doing nothing. Instead, write down a single task the night before you go to bed. If the task or problem is too big, break it down into smaller pieces. This way, when you wake up, you'll know exactly which problem to tackle that day. Remember, it's not about solving the biggest problems in one day. It's about consistent progress. Even small steps can lead to great achievements. Don't underestimate the power of steady progress to build a bright future. By implementing these 5 habits, you can take control of your life, solve problems effectively, and move toward a better future. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Until next time.